such modern times as these, it's possible to connect with someone from halfway across the world at the touch of a button. This has revolutionised the art of online gaming, but this is where it all started, with tabletop gaming. I'm here at Spellbound Games to find out if next-gen consoles have killed off their ancestors.
When I was really young, there was they used to sell Hero Quest and Space Crusade and Argos like back in the day, and that's what got me hooked, and it's just been various games from then. Just leapfrog through like Warhammer, Fantasy Battle, all that sort of stuff. Magic and loads and loads of different board games.
For me, it was Magic the Gathering. I started playing Magic, and it was that was it from there. It was all a downhill curve. Couldn't get out of it. It's an addiction.
And how was it the shop came about?
The shop started. Well, Spellbound Games started in 2007, maybe. I can't remember exactly. Quite a number of years ago,
yes.
Something like that. And it started fairly small as a fairly small business. We pretty much catered for people that played Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, World of Warcraft, and that was pretty much it. And from there, it just kind of grew exponentially. We moved to these premises about 2 years ago. We now have various groups of people that come in to play all sorts of games and different systems, from miniatures, Warhammer, to trading card games, to people that just into really board games and so on, role players, you name it. So it's just it's just been growing from there.
And what kind of people is it you get in the shop? A vast range, or?
It's all sorts of people, really.
You'd be surprised, I think, by the variety of different types of people we get in here. You get everybody from like tiny little kids buying Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, and like to really old wargaming people who are coming in like buying paints and stuff like that. Just runs the camera.
Yeah, there's a big crossover, amongst ages, sex, occupation, whatever you name it, all sorts of people really that come over. Yeah.
How is it you feel the tabletop gaming is faring against the rise of new gen consoles?
Seems to be on a bit of an upswing, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just like the social aspect of it, because that's what draws me to like tabletop gaming over like computer gaming, because unless you can get a LAN set up or have 4 guys around an Xbox, you can't really have the social interaction that you would get just playing any like a board game or card game.
Yeah, I think there's different types of games for different types of people. You've got games like Magic the Gathering, for example, which cater for a broad type of customer. They have a highly competitive scene. So if you're into poker or whatever, and you've got a very competitive nature, maybe you want to win some money, travel the world. Magic is a great game for that. If you're just looking for something you can play with your friends on a Saturday evening, with a few beers, around the fireplace, whatever. There's games for that as well. So
you can do Magic like that as well. It's one of the biggest strengths.
Yeah, that's why I love it. But it's games. I mean, the way I look at it is that it is quite an interesting phenomenon. You would think that with the rise of digital games, that the more traditional forms of gaming would be becoming less popular and maybe be seen a bit dated, old-fashioned. But I think really what we've seen mainly in the last 10, 15 years, but maybe the last 20 years or so, is that gaming companies are they're aware of social trends, and they're much savvier with their marketing and product placement and so on, and also with the product development. So they're developing games that cater for different types of people, and they've got brands which appeal to different types of people. You know, so like we said, we've got games like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, which is based on an anime, which is highly appealing for maybe teenagers, people in the younger teens and stuff. You've got games like Magic: The Gathering, which has got more competitive scene, you know, fantasy based. You've got Netrunner, which is kind of more kind of cyberpunk, you know, people that are into sci-fi, that kind of thing. So.
Well, there you have it. Next gen consoles have not completely killed off a tabletop game, and it was my turn to get involved.
I know! I forgot to say.
Cal McKenna, the call. Let's go.